All right, you guys, hello. Welcome to my July 2019 budget setup. This is my calendar where I just mapped out all of the due dates for any bills that I have. And I've highlighted them, these different colors, just to show which paycheck essentially will be covering those. And then if you see over here, these guys aren't highlighted because I'm basically using my last paycheck of June to cover that first week of July. My dad is getting a surgery done, and I noted this here. I didn't include any bills or anything. It's nothing that I have to pay, but I know I will be at the hospital with my family and we might be getting different foods or snacks while we're there. So I just noted that so I know I may be spending some money this day. And then over here I have that I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled and I will be out for these days. I still get paid. I just use my sick time, so it's fine. But just knowing that I'm going to have a huge bill that day, that is not a normal bill that I have, almost $600. And this whole chunk of time, I'll probably be recovering, which means I won't be spending money, but I will probably buy a bunch of different soft foods and groceries and ice packs and all sorts of things leading up to it. So I just wanted it on my calendar so I know what's happening this month. I also highlighted or drew some decorations on the July 4th date. My dad might still be in the hospital at that time, so I don't know if we're really going to be celebrating, but the calendar is mostly just an overview for the month, and then I deep dive into my actual bills and budget. So again, this is my general overview page. I will put a link in the description. I created a general version of these budget sheets. If you want to download them and try it yourself, it's free. I will maybe eventually do a personalized one with different colors and things like that, but I wanted you guys to try it out and see if my method and my habits work for you. Let me know how you like them. So my goals for July, I have three biggish ones. The biggest being put $1,800 towards my house down payment fund. The past 6 months, I have been doing $1,500. And so I realized I was on a trajectory for having $18,000 saved this year, and I want to aim for $20,000, so I'm upping it and seeing how that works. My second one is cash flow my wisdom teeth removal, which, like I showed on the other page, is going to be about $600. That is what they're expecting me to pay out of pocket on the day of. There might be residual bills after, so I may not be able to put $1,800 this month because I have these other bills, but we'll see. And then I want to complete 50% of the Financial Coach Master Training course through Dave Ramsey. I am purchasing that this week, the end of June. And I want to start it and get a lot done in July so that I can actually start offering financial coaching and feeling confident in myself and my knowledge to share individual personalized financial coaching with you guys. So that is on the to-do list. And then again, I have the reminders, everything that I had on the other page. I just, again, like having everything organized. I also put that I'm helping my brother move out the weekend that I get my wisdom teeth out, so we'll see if I'm even helpful, but that's happening that weekend. Might be paying money for gas and for eating out and things like that. If I can even eat, we'll see. Down here, I have my little bill tracker. All of this stuff was again on that calendar, but I like having it consolidated so I don't miss anything, and so I know when is something paid, is it something that I need to schedule, or is it automatic, and that's all right here. Now here we have the actual monthly budget. The biggest thing is I have that big doctor bill, which I included it here. So I have this big medical bill coming up that I know about, and again, that's an estimate. It may be higher than that after the fact, you know, the total paid out of pocket. But it is also a 4 paycheck month. So I don't have just the blessing of an extra paycheck to pull from. So all of my other areas this month kind of got a little bit tighter, especially given that I'm also trying to save up more with my house fund as well. And so the places that I tried to tighten up, you'll see I can't really do anything about my housing. That's out of my control. But what I am trying to pull back on this month is going to be my eating out and dates. And I know if you watch this, I say that practically every month. But this month I really don't have a choice. If I don't pull back somewhere, I am going to be over budget. And while I do have the cushion in my checking account and I do have my emergency fund, I don't want to just rely on this extra fluff that I have sitting around. So that is what's really going to happen. Honestly, I think it might work just because for about 2 weeks, I won't be able to eat a lot of different things. So this month, just by necessity, I may actually eat out less because my mouth is going to be hurting and I can't eat a lot of different things. Everything else more or less stayed the same, although I did pull back on my hobbies and miscellaneous. I really should have put like 20 or 50 bucks in miscellaneous just because I know random things pop up. But when that happens, I will just pull again from eating out, or maybe I won't put as much towards a sinking fund. I have a very tight budget and I am just probably not going to be able to save as much as I'm aiming for or as much as I usually do, just because I'm trying to cash flow things because I don't want to touch my emergency fund. But it'll be okay. I believe in myself. Barring any emergencies, I can cash flow everything. But if an emergency happens, I do have a hefty emergency fund if needed. So I won't really be scrambling even if things don't go according to plan. And then here, really nothing else has changed. I initially had wanted to start a sinking fund for my auto insurance, but because of this big bill and because of me trying to add more to my savings, I'm not going to do that this month. I'm going to hopefully rely August, basically put my extra paycheck, the entirety of it towards my auto insurance sinking fund. And then come September when I need to renew, I'll put the remaining bit because my auto insurance, I pay in full. I really like not having monthly bills for anything. So if anything I can pay in full, I try to, so I don't have bills because I just don't like bills. I guess you guys can relate. So that's my plan for this. So next month you will see a huge amount there. And then, so I do an every dollar budget, so you're gonna be like, why is there $8 here? That's just the remainder to make this equal, or to make this budgeted amount equal what I predict coming in. But that likely will probably go to miscellaneous or something. But yeah, I just put anything extra every month towards my emergency fund. And that's basically it for like my budget setup. Again, I have my typical expense trackers. You can see up here with my checking account. I have a cash envelopes, but this month I'm not going to be using them. I just know it's not a good month. And then the only difference here is that this month, since I was already making my spreadsheets in Excel and I had my amounts already, so I just typed them in instead of handwriting it. But I left my emergency fund blank because I pretty much the last day of the month is when I see exactly what I have left, and I just transfer that to my emergency fund. So I will update that amount once I close out my budget for June. And then, yeah, just the typical, I have my June budget review page with July with notes, and then my July net worth, but that will all be done at the end of the month. And I am good to go. So I am all set up, and the biggest thing again was just preparing myself and preparing my budget for this really big and atypical expense, and the fact that I wanted to cash flow it instead of using my emergency fund because it's just not an emergency. It's technically not urgent. It's technically something I could have saved up for with a sinking fund or something of that nature. And so I'm doing my best to cash flow it just because it really isn't an emergency at this point. And I'm trying to use emergency fund just for emergencies. But that is it for now, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if you like the budget sheets that I have for you guys to try out. Bye, guys.